Guys, I have some bombshell evidence in the Diddy case. This is going to blow everyone's lids off, and I know that some people are going to be upset when I expose this, but as you guys know, everyone has been saying that Cassie is a victim. They've been saying that Cassie was forced to do the freak-offs, that Cassie was basically a slave, and Diddy would not let her leave. Diddy wouldn't let her go anywhere. She was enslaved, almost as if she was in shackles and chains. Cassie was not capable of making any decisions on her own. No, you can't hold her responsible for any of the adult choices that she made in her adult life. You better not hold her accountable for that. Everyone's been saying, oh, Cassie was forced to stay with Diddy. Cassie couldn't leave. If Cassie left, her whole family would be in danger. If Cassie ever left Diddy, Diddy would kill Cassie. Well, I have some evidence that proves that is not true. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at Exhibit A. Oh, what is this? Oh, could it be? Here's a photo of Cassie and her husband and their 2 kids happily taking photos after leaving Diddy. But wait! I thought we were told Cassie couldn't leave Diddy. I thought that we were supposed to believe that if Cassie ever tried to leave Diddy, he would kill her. He would go after her family. Yet, when I look at these photos, it looks like when Cassie was actually ready, she got up and left Diddy, no problem, married another man, and had kids, no problem. She's still here alive, happy in these photos. Nothing was done to her. It's almost as if all of that, oh my God, she was forced, she couldn't leave, she was afraid for her life, Diddy would kill her. It's almost as if all of that is over-exaggerated or fake. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at Exhibit B. Oh my God, what? You mean to tell me that Cassie is currently pregnant by another man that's not Diddy, and Diddy hasn't done anything about it yet? Whoa! You mean to tell me that Cassie is testifying at the Diddy trial? She's on the stand, pregnant by another man. But wait, I thought she was afraid for her life. I thought Cassie could never leave Diddy. Meanwhile, when Cassie was ready, when Cassie realized that she was not going to get what she wanted out of Diddy, which was a family, Cassie moved on. Quickly went and married someone else. Had kids. She's pregnant right now, about to pop at any moment. It turns out that Cassie was not a slave that was forced to stay. It turns out that Cassie could leave when she wanted to. And she did. And she got married. And she had kids. And she started a new life. And now maybe she wants some money to help her start this new life. Maybe now, to make her husband feel more secure, she wants to take down Diddy because she knows she's guilty of a lot of things. I mean, after she was already talking to her new husband, after they were kind of already a thing, unbeknownst to him, behind his back, Cassie was still going to have sex with Diddy. Whoa! Wait! Hold up! You mean to tell me the girl that was a slave, that was forced, she couldn't do anything, she went and found a new man and then cheated on him by going and sleeping with Diddy? Wait, what? Her new man FaceTimed her while she was banging Diddy? Are you serious? Holy smokes, folks! It looks like people are kind of being a little dishonest when it comes to this case. It looks like some people are projecting their own victimhood onto Cassie. And that's what we see often in these cases. We see people who are like Cassie, who are playing the victim now, but they weren't a victim when they were all for the freak-offs. We see people like this often, and they get these supporters. Usually it's women who have been through bad, toxic relationships, women who have had bad experiences with a man that they were with in the past, and these women project their own victimhood onto people like Cassie. But no, Cassie is not a good person here, folks. Cassie is not your angel, your victim here. Cassie is an accomplice. Cassie was with the freak-offs. And you can project your own victimhood on her all you want. But at the end of the day, Exhibit A and Exhibit B proves that a lot of what y'all are saying is just simply not true. You can't tell me Cassie couldn't leave Diddy or Diddy would kill her. And then, oh, wait, here's Cassie. She left Diddy. Here's her new husband. Here's their 2 kids. Oh, and she's pregnant again. Nah, folks. Sorry, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. We have to stay consistent here. And I think part of the reason why people like me are irritated with the Diddy case is because of the over-exaggeration. It's because of the leaps and bounds people are willing to go to paint certain people out to be victims. And I'm not here for it. I'm sorry, but I believe that grown adults are responsible for their own decisions. Yeah, people can be manipulated. People can be in toxic relationships. I'm not saying that's good. I'm not here to tell you that Diddy's a good person. I've told you 1,000 times that I think Diddy is wicked and evil. But Cassie is not this slave that was forced. Oh my God, she couldn't go anywhere. Meanwhile, here she is with her husband and kids. Totally proving all of that to be some straight up BS. Now, mind you, folks, Cassie was already sleeping around with older men before Diddy. It was an older man that introduced Cassie to Diddy, I believe. And you see, what Cassie did was Cassie hoed herself out in exchange for fortune and fame. And after hoeing herself out for over a decade, she finally realized that she was never going to make it to the level that she wanted. She would never reach the status that she wanted. So she decided to go find a simp that would marry her and treat her right and love her the right way, despite her absolutely disgusting past. And she decided, after settling down with this simp, that she wants to bury her hoe past, and she wants to bury Diddy along with that hoe past. That's what's happening here. We have a grown woman that is regretting her hoish ways, and now the world is supposed to look at her as a victim, even though she was out here organizing the freak-offs, even though she was out here paying escorts for the freak-offs, even though she was out here telling Diddy that she's ready for a freak-off at any time. We all got to look at her as a victim. That, oh my God, you can't think about what she said out of her mouth. You got to understand, she's not responsible for any of her words or actions. She's, you know what I mean? Like, we got to treat her like a infant. I can't even say a toddler, because some toddlers are held responsible for their actions. We got to treat her like a goo goo gaga baby that just didn't, oh my God, she couldn't, oh my God, oh my God, she's such a victim. We cannot question anything. Forget the text messages, okay? She was just trying to please Diddy. Yeah, obviously. She was trying to please Diddy. We get it. We get it. That doesn't mean that 15 years later, after hoeing yourself out, you can decide, oh, I'm going to settle down with this simp, and then I'm going to try to destroy everything. I'm sorry, but it's all bogus. Do I think Diddy should be behind bars? Sure. I need to see something else besides Cassie. Cassie is a complete joke. The things that happened between Cassie and Diddy were consensual. Point blank, period. Was it a toxic relationship? Yes. Were they hitting on each other in drug-fueled rages? Yes. Is that okay? No. But that's not what this trial is about. It's not what this trial is about. And if we're going to sit here and say, oh my God, Cassie couldn't leave because Diddy would kill her, then how do we explain how she left Diddy and got married and had kids with no problem? It's like everyone is leaving those details out. When you're pretending that Cassie was forced to stay with Diddy, you're leaving these details out. You're leaving out the fact that after she was already involved with other dudes, she would still go back and cheat with Diddy. Why? Because Diddy had that power that Cassie wanted. And what I'm tired of seeing money-hungry, power-hungry women throw their bodies around for personal gain. And then when they don't get the money and power that they thought they deserved or that they really wanted, then they play victim. I'm tired of seeing this, and we see it way too often here in America. And Cassie is yet another example of that. And people can project their own victimhood. Listen, if you had a toxic relationship in your past, maybe you were with a man and it was hard to leave him and he was doing horrible things to you. I feel bad for you. My heart goes out to you. But you cannot project your own personal experiences on Cassie. Because the difference between you guys and Cassie is most likely you guys weren't in toxic relationships because you wanted to get famous and you wanted to become a millionaire. Cassie was. Cassie subjected herself to all of this stuff purposely because she wanted to gain something from it. And that's her fault, ladies and gentlemen. That's her fault. Women are responsible for their own adult decisions. We cannot act like they're babies whenever they regret something. I'm sorry that Cassie regrets what she did, but she didn't. But she did it. And she didn't regret it when she was in the act. Did she regret things when she was riding Diddy as her now husband was FaceTiming her? So yeah, it's just a bunch of bogus BS when it comes to this case. And I'm hoping that we see more. I understand we're at the beginning phases of this trial. We have weeks left to go. But it was my understanding that Cassie was like the big deal in this trial. So everything else that they have on Diddy, it's not going to be as big of a deal or as bad or as crazy as what we have when it comes to Cassie. Also, I don't know how they're going to prove that a lot of these people were even wrapped up in all of the Diddy nonsense, because it seems as if they're trying to hide certain evidence. Like, are you guys going to show some of these freak-off videos? Are you going to show some of these Diddy parties with these celebrities there to prove your case? Or are you just going to ignore all of that? So right now, I'm frustrated because Cassie is a fake victim. And this whole case that was supposed to be about bringing down Diddy for doing all of this horrible stuff, it's all just focused on, oh my God, Diddy was a mean boyfriend to Cassie. And they did a bunch of nasty, disgusting things consensually together. And I just think that's bogus. And I think everyone else should be saying it's bogus as well, because this is not what we were promised. We were promised something way bigger than this. And right now they think that they can skim by on people's emotions by throwing some of these fake victims out there while not acknowledging the real victims. And understand that a lot of these victims of Diddy, they're victims of Cassie too. Okay? Because Cassie was right there with it. If anything, a lot of these people interacted with Cassie and not Diddy. Cassie went and found these people. So I wonder if Cassie signed some sort of deal to testify against Diddy, because if you're really trying to prove that Diddy is guilty of this or that, you know, in the process, you're also proving that Cassie is guilty of these things. So that's just another detail that a lot of people are glossing over because they have their victimhood spectacles on. And oh my God, women aren't capable of making their own decisions. She couldn't do anything. Her life is threatened. And then meanwhile, here she is with the husband and 2 babies and a 3rd on the way. But what do I know, right? I got this one totally wrong. You guys let me know what you think, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon in the next one.